So, Nick, the topic of this podcast is, I suppose, reflecting on 2021 and the big plans that we and you have for 2022. So I suppose there's a lot of things in 2021 we want to look we don't want to look back on, we want to put to bed. But I suppose reflecting on the year, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think in the industry it's very much centered around SHDs and the judicial reviews, which is still a thorn in everyone's side, but hopefully Q1 of next year that'll sort of get washed out a bit, because there was a recent judgment a couple of weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago, that the judge ruled that the appellant has to pay costs on non-environmental items within the JR that was lost, and that was a big warning shot across the bow. So a lot of people feel that the JR element is being it's been phoned in. That's the solicitor phoning in now saying you can't talk about that. You can't talk about that.
Yeah. That's our legal department now ringing us saying, "Here, would you tell Nick now to stop talking about that quick?"
I think though, sorry, so that appellant is going to be hit for cost. So I think you'll probably find that leave for JRs hopefully will have more substance to them and be a bit more legit, rather than sort of shooting fish in a barrel. So that was a big thing over the year. We continue to grow as a team and as a studio, and that's been really encouraging to see despite the pandemic. I think we were expecting probably further restrictions. We haven't come back to the office yet, and we'd made the decision about 2 months ago not to give any headspace to that and just see how the Christmas goes. And you can see that that's probably been a good call, in the sense that it's the restrictions have come back in and recommending working from home. But we've been 2 years now working remote, so the team has settled in very quickly, and there doesn't seem to have been that much of an issue. But I would love to see next year the hybrid model. I think we're definitely going to go to the hybrid model. No decision has been made yet as to how we're going to work, and I think the hybrid model for most offices and most businesses is going to be a key thing in 2022, and how to manage that, because of there's some firms like architectural firms who want them all back full time, then there's other firms that are happy with hybrid model. But definitely there has to be a hybrid model. You can't beat the face-to-face and the interaction between team members, and how even having a cup of coffee together can spur on ideas or solve issues and stuff. I've seen it over the last 2 years with the odd person that's coming into the office here, So I think that's going to be a big thing next year across the industry,